everyone. My name is Marwa Karoura, and I've been an investment banker for quite some time. So I've started as a secretary in a bank, and then it took me exactly 8 years to reach a VP level. And I was a vice president for an investment bank, managing 2 countries, UAE and Kuwait. A mother of 2 children, 15 years old and 10 years old boys, and a wife for a beautiful husband. When I decided to leave my job and open my own business, everyone I met called me crazy. Are you crazy? Don't you realize that you're a woman? How come? Come on, you're getting a salary. Why go and take the risk at that time and open a business? A business? Are you serious? Total change, total alteration of your career. You've been there 10 years, you've proved yourself. You went through hell to be a vice president in a sector that no woman can reach there. And now you're telling us that you're simply leaving it and opening your own business? And a tiny one, a small one, after managing hundreds of people? Are you serious? And they didn't get it. They didn't get that. It's different. It's not like working for a normal corporation with hierarchy, with people telling me what to do, when to do, and how to do it. It was totally different when I owned my own business. It's a small one, it's a tiny one, it's mine. I did it, I created it, I innovated every aspect of it. And I didn't want to join any other organization, despite the fact that numerous amount of organization came to me due to my history and said, okay, all what you need to do is tell us how much you want us to pay you and do what you are going to do in your organization into your new small business and come to us, be part of who we are. Offers left, right, and center came to me, but yet I didn't accept. Small business for us is something that in a place where you start being yourself, you start creating. And without such creation, without such liberation, without such energy, challenge as much as you want, you wouldn't be alive. You would simply be going to work in the morning and coming back and doing something else someone else is telling you to do. And I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm not saying this is something that you should not do. But if you want to really feel alive, have your own business. Tiny one? Yes, it will grow. And the sky is the limit. Today, we will not be speaking about a comparison between men and women. What women can do in small businesses that men cannot do, or what men can do that women cannot do. Today we will be highlighting the abilities, the capabilities, and the challenges women in particular face when they are into the space of small business. That doesn't mean that men can't do any of these. Yes, they can. But for the purpose of the talk in the upcoming hour, it is about highlighting women in small business rather than looking across the spectrum. Are you all okay with that mindset at the beginning? Yes? Okay. Second thing, feel free to discuss, argue, challenge me as much as you can. I've been into boardrooms, I've been challenged tremendously with very powerful people, so don't be afraid to challenge me as much as you want. If you don't like what I say, just simply say I don't like it. It's not right. I could be right, I could be wrong, I could be both. But the only thing and the only benefit across the world, and this is a research done by Global Entrepreneurship Monitor for women, 126 million women across the world are running new business in 67 economies. It's a huge number. Yes, compared to men, it's nothing, but compared to the previous year, it's doubled. In 2012, it was half this number. 98 million are already having up-running businesses. Forbes last year said that the only positive thing, the only light in the American economy is because of women creating job opportunities through their small businesses. Last year, women, in 2007, women introduced over 175,000 job opportunity for the US economy. This year, the report is saying that 250,000, despite the financial crisis, jobs were introduced into the US economy because of women small businesses. Yes, it's a very powerful tool. It's very supportive to the economy, and without such small businesses, economies cannot rely 100% on mega businesses. If we look at where women really are into small businesses, we would find that on top of all economies, the sub-Saharan Africa are on top. 50% of the women population in the sub-Sahara are business owners, which is huge and tremendous in an economy that the women there is treated as a second option. But despite all of these facts, they have fought and went into that space. The second space is Latin America, and after it comes Asia, developing Asia. We're speaking about Korea and certain parts of China. Looking into these numbers give us an indication that it is happening. Whether we're part of it or no, it's happening. And why? Is because these people are merely examples. They are. You're good. How long?
An hour and a half.
An hour and a half? Okay. Women in the room, how much do you spend your time on the phone today? Exactly. We are, what can I say, PR lovers? We love being around with people. We love speaking, we love talking, we love introducing, we love flirting around. As simple as that. In the good sense of it, of course. We love having network. We cannot live in isolation. We love to know every single person in the street that we're living in. We love to know what the celebrity so-and-so did. We love to know. We love networking. We're perfect on Facebook, Twitter. These are the tools that we use, right? Me, as a woman, today I have 30,000 fans on my Facebook page. My husband started his business 5 years ago. Okay? By the way, this is my husband. Okay? He started his business 5 years ago. His Facebook page has 100? Something like that. Does he visit it? No. Does he even care about using social media in promoting his thought, his business? His business is doing great in a different aspect, in a different sense. Something that is not in me. But us, with Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, websites and stuff like that, trust me, I coach entrepreneurs that have only themselves and a website. And they run a couple of million dirham business through a computer and a thought. It's an opportunity. They grasp, they have the networking skill, excellence, and they went into it. So yes, we are, as women, networking professionals. 90% of the PR environment is around women. We know how to speak, how to present, how to convince, even if the person in front of us is not convinced. We have the tools, we have the attributes, we have the skills, we have the abilities to actually create a network and care for it. We as women, when we care for our networks, what happens is the people contributing to this network are totally willing to support us, back us, and invest in our growth. People around us are happy to help us. The next aspect is we are relationship specialists. We care. We don't have that ego or competitive advantage when we are in the business. We care about the relation. We care about customers. We care about suppliers. We care about vendors. We care about the whole spectrum of services that cater to the small business. And this type of care, it comes naturally to us because by nature we are, sorry?
We nurture.
We nurture, exactly. We're nurture, we're farmers, we're not hunters. Men are hunters. He focuses and he shoots, and he doesn't care anything happening on the side. For us, we're nurturers, we're farmers, we care. And with this type of caring, small businesses grow. Because a vendor, when he is cared about and is not treated as a number, would support you on your downtime, would care for you to grow, would get inspired by your story and support you in your journey. As opposed when it is on a huge business, it's only paycheck that they come and collect or come and take. So the relationship, the beauty of how we cater to relationships support a lot our existence in the small business world. It is what we capitalize on when we lack resources. You don't have enough funding? Come on, you haven't done the proper market research. You haven't done the proper market analysis. Yes, I've done all of that, but nothing is bulletproof. If I don't take the chance, if I don't step into the unknown, if I am capable and resourceful enough to know that I would take a chance, if I fail, then only that I could. Consider my options. And that's the survival mindset that an immigrant, when they step into their space, start looking at. And that's what women have. They are by nature survivors, fighters, immigrants into a new space that would allow them to have a new set of opportunities to excel at. So simply, women are smart, ambitious, and they are changing the landscape of small business. Whether other people admit it or not, whether financial sector admit it or not, whether providers, suppliers, the whole spectrum admit it or not, women are reframing and changing the landscape of small businesses. You are the future of this. Looking at the bright side is great and amazing. But there is a number of challenges. The first challenge is the social perception. Social perception for women across the spectrum that a woman is a mother, she should care for the house. Whether in Korea, whether in Asia, India, whether in Middle East, here, in my own country, Egypt, whatever. Whether in the UK or the US. The social challenges and the social perception of what woman is capable of is a huge challenge for 90% of women wanting to step into entrepreneurship. And this should be simply challenged by education. In our education system, women need to be supported more into the idea of, yes, she can. Into whatever public speeches, whatever communities that you are sitting in. And it starts by someone believing that a woman can, rather than a woman thinking inside that, am I capable? Am I able? Would I do it? What would happen if? Social perceptions are the highest factor that stops women from stepping into small business or entrepreneurship in general. The second is going it alone. As women, we do it all. Everything. As women, we don't rely, we don't seek help. One of the challenges is changing the understanding of how can we manage things. We as women cannot do everything alone. The perception of I can cook, I can study, I can mother, I can be a wife, and I can be a friend all at the same time doesn't serve small business. A structure, a small hierarchy, and individual help and support is needed. You cannot, as a woman in a small business that is trying to fly up, do it alone. There should be a full support system that you create through your relation to support you in your journey as a woman in a small business setup. Playing it comfortable and small. Okay, I just opened a small thing. It's okay. We settled for the less. A number of entrepreneurs that I have coached were ready to go international. We're ready to open new markets into the international market. And the only fear for women is, no, I wouldn't be able. It's too huge for me. I'll have to travel and leave the kids. I'll have, and the limitation we put on our expansion and growth is huge. Simply, when we get it, we play small. And playing small doesn't serve. Especially if you are in a small business. And the intention, of course, of a small business is to come into a medium and come into a large and then into a mega business. Don't settle for the less just because you believe you don't have the opportunity. No, opportunities are available, but we as women settle for the less due to the challenges and the pre-mindset that we are having preset. Women tend to have short-term endeavors. Okay, I'll open my business because I need money now. Once I have a job, I'll quit it. It's too risky. It's too much of a hassle. The number of women that close their businesses in the 3 to 5 years time frame is massive. And it's only because they have gone for an alternative job rather than it not working or partially it's because it was a necessity and it was not an opportunity. Necessity passed, great, close the business, get a secure job, that's it. So there is a huge amount of businesses that are closed due to short-term view. By nature, women have a huge strategic view. But when they are trapped into the circle of what to do, how to do it, when to do it, they simply just close it and play small. They don't take the challenge as much. Access to finance. This is one of the biggest challenges. A huge challenge. And as I've been into the investment sector, and I've been an investment banker, the women rating when they apply for financing is way less than when men apply for financing. And these are one of the challenges that regulatory authorities should look into a supportive framework to support small businesses when it comes to women. Whether in our countries or countries that we're living in, this is something that should be looked at thoroughly because it is threatening small businesses. And last but not least, self-assessment and fear of failure. This is what stops 25% of the women wanting to step into entrepreneurship from opening their businesses. Am I capable? Am I able? Is it something that I would be able to do? Especially that the social perception is, no, you cannot. You're not able to. You'll have lots of responsibilities over your shoulder later on for you to be able to run a business. Oh my God, you're a woman. How come would you go and fight and negotiate and excel with vendors and suppliers? You're a woman, and it's always a self-perception that I will not be able to. I am afraid to open my own business because it will not fly and I will fail. And this stops a huge amount of women from stepping into such practice. The future is yours, yes. Today, with the amount of education that women are having, with the amount of openness and intercultural exchanges, understanding, perceptions, behaviors that the women are stepping in, the future starts here. The future of women in small businesses is into your hands. Because you are the one with the Facebook, with the Twitter. You are the one with the different understanding. You are the one with the broader range of understanding of what you are capable of as a woman and what you are not. You are the one with the support groups that are around you from different nationalities that challenge you into the space of, yes, you can. As a woman, it is the future in here, in universities, schools, fresh graduates, to grab the opportunity and look into it and start and open to the option of having your own business. It starts here. And I am done, and I am open for discussions, challenges, and I will not accept whiteness.
My mom owns, she's self-employed. This is back home in Africa. But from my view, looking in from outside, I see she enters a lot of business environments without, can I say, doing proper feasibility studies, if I could say.
Yeah.
And in the economy we live in, a feasibility study is not exactly foolproof because you're going to get into a business, say you're going to supply foods, but you could get a problem transporting the food. You could get a problem with the suppliers. How would be the best way to, say, advise her?
Okay. Again, we do feasibility studies, we do market research, we check the market, we do everything, right? But when you are on the ground, you're faced with numerous challenges that are unexpected. I think and I believe for a woman to actually succeed in that, whatever solid proof, bulletproof precautions she will be taking, she will step into these challenges. The most important thing is to prepare herself, not to be a quitter. To actually step in the challenge, look into it, analyze it, and try to tackle it as much as possible with the available resources at the time. Because if we start today and say, Africa is unpredictable, we will not be able to step into the African markets because it's unpredictable. You never know what will happen. There is lots of, not red tapes, but lots of secondary markets, lots of briberies, backdoors. There's lots of things, right? If I would simply say that, I wouldn't be able to open anything. But if I believe and have a full belief that at the time of a problem, I will have all the intention, I will be able to create the resources. This is what you need to look at. If she is capable and able, at the time of a challenge, to create resources, then she can step free. But if she is generally not capable of creating resources, tapping into things, and finding solutions, and she's whining over the problem, she has to pull out. I hope this answered your question from a different angle, I know. But having the solid proof structure and making sure that it will 100% work never works. Being in the investment sector, we take bets. Yes, we study on paper, but at the end, it's a bet. It's an intuition that you follow.
I want to know, like, how many years of experience one should have to start their own business?
Zero.
They just start zero.
Zero. It's a journey. It's a journey. Yes, you can support yourself with people that you know. Connect yourself with entrepreneurs that would transfer experience to you, support you, help you in your journey. But don't wait when you have experience. What is enough experience for you to open a new business? It will never be enough. If you're looking into the space of, I'll create enough experience and then I will open a business, then it will never come. It will never be enough. It took me 15 years for enough. I don't want you to take 15 years of enough, but I'm not saying jump over the cliff and be not equipped. No. Get into support groups. Understand what entrepreneurship is all around. Here in Dubai, there is 3 cafes that entrepreneurs go to, chat, discuss challenges, exchange ideas, exchange experiences, get support from each other, because financial support is scarce these times of era. They support each other. I'm good at marketing, you're good at finance, you're good at advertisement, you're good at supply chain, modeling. They sit together and create. The whole idea is to support yourself internally, your internal self-talk to support you and tell you, find resources rather than sit and say, it's not right. Got it? Great. Next question. Yes?
How did you start your coaching business?
How did I start my coaching business? Okay. When I was an investment banker, I felt there was something wrong. This was not me. Every morning, I was so heavy pulling myself out of bed to go to work. And at the time, I was labeling myself with my title. I was assessing myself with my assets. What bag I carry, what shoe I wear, what car I'm driving, what type of school my kids are, what furniture I have in my house. It was not real. It was all some things around me. So I decided to look into what is really real for me. How can I be alive? I was just living. I was making a living. You know, when you put yourself to work in the morning, get your salary by the end of the month, whether you do it or not. And that was totally wrong. I was doing things that I never, ever felt like, yes, it's done. So I started looking into options, into opportunities, into what to do, when and how. I tried a number of other things on a part-time level. I trained, I facilitated some programs, and it was not it as well. And I hired a coach. And when I've seen what is he witnessing as a coach, I felt like this is exactly what I want to do. This is exactly what is moving me from the inside. This is my passion. This is my joy, my excitement. I started learning. I got certified for a number of practices. And I quit my job, opened my business, and here I am in front of you.
I know someone exactly done NLP, done theta healing, like half of your qualifications is personal as well. I mean, apart from the financial part.
Yeah.
And has done some more. But the thing is, with her, you have some loyal clients, as you know, but then they cannot always come to you every.
Okay.
So how do you attract new ones? So how do you You have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
You said you have 30,000 likes, so
Yeah.
30,000 fans.
Yeah.
Sorry. So how do you get to that level? I mean, at the level that she's in, she has
How much does she believe in herself?
a lot.
She needs to revisit that. Self-belief is murderous.
It's not self-belief, it's opportunity.
You create opportunity when you really believe in yourself. If you have the self-belief that you're good enough, that you are the one, you will be speaking about who you are everywhere. I speak about my practice in elevators with people that I don't know. I speak about my practice, I swear to God, in restaurants. I speak about my practice in the hairdresser. I speak about my practices in airports with people that I've never seen and will never see again. I believe to the core that what I do is magical. I change people's lives. I am there for a cause, for something. I have a life purpose. This strength inside help you and support you to be speaking about you without shame everywhere. And when you speak everywhere, people tend to be there in need. Opportunities are created only by being you available, by being her available. Her shying away would never allow her an opportunity. Her being there. When I first started my practice, I used to visit companies without appointments. I used to chat with the receptionist and tell her that I do this and that and that and that. Who can I meet in your organization? I am open to failure. I'm a positive failure. I fail a lot. I fail tremendously. And it's okay to fail. If I didn't fail, I wouldn't ever win. Failure is one obstacle away to my success. The whole idea is, I advise your friend, I don't know her enough, but I know entrepreneurs when they start, they doubt, they question, they are not patient enough. Doubting, questioning, lack of patience kills it. Be available everywhere. Invite your friend to come here and speak to everyone. Invite your friend to offer your university free coaching sessions for the upcoming months. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let her believe in herself that it will happen, whether today, tomorrow, after a week, a month, or a year, but it will happen. Doubting and questioning will never serve her. Okay? Another question. Yes?
A comment and a question. The question first. What is that one thing you can pinpoint? And you listed a lot of challenges for women. What's that one thing you can say that's the most important thing that actually made you, or that challenge that you were able to overcome, that let you get to where you are?
Self-assessment and fear. When I was an investment banker, I was under the impression that I'm a fraud. I don't know anything. I suck. It's like my husband used to tell me, you're a VP. You cannot be. I used to tell him always that one day they will know that I don't know. One day they will know that I'm not good enough. One day they will know that I am ashamed of who I am. I'm ashamed of my color. I'm ashamed of my religion. I'm ashamed of who I am. I'm ashamed of tons and tons and tons of things that were stopping me from being now who I am. Proud to be. Self-assessment. Where am I actually am? And letting go of perfection. Perfectionism is an unattained goal. If you seek perfectionism, you'll never be anywhere. Step in. You'll never learn how to swim by watching people swimming in the swimming pool or on the sea. You have to jump inside. Jump inside. Don't be afraid. Raise your hand and say and speak and challenge and be you. Our education system have taught us that we have to be 10. No, you can be 0. It's okay for you to be 0. Because next day you will be 1. The day after you will be 2. And then you will go back to 0 again, and then you will jump into 4, and then back to 3, and jump into 6. This is how life is. This is the reality. What we're told that a 10 is the number is not the reality. Solid proof. Challenges that are clean are not challenges. So, to answer your question, I assess myself correctly, and I overcame fear of failure. Today, I'm a positive failure. And every time I fail, I celebrate. It's okay. Next time, I'll do it better. There is always an opportunity after a failure. But there is nothing in staying without doing anything. If you simply stop doing, just because you're afraid to fail, where's the opportunity? What's the potential of executing anything by stopping, by staying stagnant? There's no potential. There's no opportunity. Where is the potential with your friends staying and, oh my God, nothing? Where is the potential of your mother saying that she'll not do it because there's lots of problems and lots of challenges in Africa? There's no. Positive failing is an amazing tool that people, when they allow themselves to step in, they get equipped. Each and every human being has full set of resources for excellence. It's simply that we've closed our toolbox and we look outside. How did this do it? How did that do it? It's not about who did it how, it's about how I will be doing it. And it's a total different story. And the comment.
Comment, you are, personally, I'm really impressed. You're extremely inspiring and motivating. And the thing that I noticed is the sparkle in your eyes, which is, I think, says so much of how you perceive yourself. Right? Because the shine and the glow in your eyes say so much and say so much volumes about the fact that you completely believe in yourself, which I think is the first step to any person who's thinking about becoming an entrepreneur.
Yes. And thank you so much. I'm flattered with the acknowledgement. Really? Okay. Now I will blush, although my colleague will not show what is happening. Anyway. Thank you so much. And yes, it's time for each and every one of you, a man or a woman, to begin. Each and every one of you is ready for a journey, is created for a journey. Your toolbox is ready. Just look into it. Instead of looking outside, what did that do, or that do, or that do? Look into it and see what are you capable of doing. Once you're in that space, no one will be able to judge you. No one, because you're not open for judgment anymore. People can judge me from here until infinity, eternity. I'm not open. I'm okay. People can criticize me as much as they want. I'm open for positive feedback. Criticism out of a seat? No way. Be there, be you, as much as you can. The opportunity is in your hand today to create your future. You're young. Don't wait for experience. Go and experience. It will never be granted for you. It's grabbed. Go and grab your experience and enjoy. Enjoy living out of the full spectrum of it.
The next thing I want to know is, can you discuss or tell us about some of, as you said, that you faced so many challenges when you started your own business. So if you could tell us some of the challenges that you faced and how you overcome those challenges.
Sure. First challenge that I have faced was financial challenge, the financial support. It was huge. None of the banks would support the challenge of opening a coaching business. It's like, what is that? So I found my resources. I compromised aspects. I worked on other. I charged more on some aspects and low on other aspects. I created resources for that. The second challenge was coaching is a business that no people understand. The first thing when I step into any space and I say, I'm a life coach, it's like, okay, which gym are you training in? Not that. I help people have a better life. Oh, you studied psychology? You're a doctor? No, not that. Okay, so you're a psychiatrist? Not that even. And people don't understand what this coaching is all about. And even when they understand and book a session with me, they come and, okay, come on, fix me. It's like, I don't fix. I simply introduce you to yourself, to your true self. If I liked myself, I wouldn't have been here. That's the second comment directly. And I see how challenging and understanding of what coaching is for organization, for individuals, for the community itself. We are nations that shy away and get ashamed of our problems. We don't discuss, we don't open. And not us as a nation, Arabic nation, or human nation. And it's across the spectrum. Shame is universal. It's represented differently, but it's there. So the biggest challenge is allowing people to step into their comfort zone and start opening up, for instance. The fourth challenge, and the last one, family and commitment. I work 24/7 to run up this business. And my guilt as a mother is torturing me, but I know how to manage it. It's there, but I don't allow it to overtake me. I manage it when I need. I speak up, I have support group and family that supports what I'm doing. I speak up, I discuss, I open up. I proudly say I'm challenged. And these are the three biggest challenges. And from internal resources, internally, I've managed to overcome them. And the biggest empowerment that you would ever have in your entire life is your internal empowerment. People, when they support you from outside, they are just offering a hand. But what moves you from one step to another is your internal self. Get empowered internally. Check your negative talk to yourself and support it with a positive statement for yourself. Find the life purpose that you want to serve. And once you're there, you're flying. Nothing can stop you.
What exactly do you do again?
Exactly.
I didn't get that.
I am a life coach. A life coach is a person that starts questioning you with a set of questions that allow you to understand more who you are. Understand more what are your interests, what are your internal values, your personal values. Not the community values that you're living in, not the community values that you have to serve this way or that way, or but your personal values, what you appreciate the most. I help people to bring aliveness into their life, to get excited, to find their paths, to look into their next steps, and I help people create their own dreams and make them come true. Okay? Good.
Don't you think that a lot of the characteristics that about women you discussed in the lecture, men also have it as equally?
Definitely. And that's exactly what we mentioned at the beginning. It's not about men and women. It's the topic of the talk, women in small business. Men doesn't have exactly the same. They have a different set of skills, abilities, capabilities that serve perfectly. And the whole idea is what happens that we are in continuous comparison between men and women. Actually, life cannot happen with any of them absent. It cannot. They are not equal. And equality between men and women is the core of injustice, of inequality. Because I have a huge set of criteria, parameters, skills, abilities, capabilities that you don't have at all. But that doesn't make you bad or good. You have a different set of abilities, capabilities, niche aspects that are not in me. And without you and me in community, it won't happen. On Monday, I'm giving a lecture I'm giving a speech in the Capital Club about the gender diversity. It's the title is Inequality of Equality. Because when women and men want to be equal, then I'm losing my niche and he's losing his niche, and we're creating a mutant in the middle that doesn't know what to do. It's like asking you to operate a Samsung with an Apple software. Could it be? No, right? A Mac with a Windows software. It might work, but there's tons of glitches in the middle that would take away the actual function of what you bought, right? That's exactly it. Comparison between apples and oranges doesn't work. I don't know why we tend to compare between men and women. We are both equally needed for life to continue, but with total different aspects. Okay? I hope that answered your question.
To an extent.
To an extent, okay. You wanted me to tell you, yes, you have them all. You have some stuff that is better than me, and I have some stuff that is better than you. We're different.
Yeah.
Okay? What else? Yeah.
Your experience came in the right time. In a way, I'm gonna have my own business in a couple of months,
Wow.
which is a challenge. In a way, I also married.
Yeah.
And I had a baby who's 3 months old.
Oh my God.
So the university was a challenge when people started you will not go to university anymore
Yeah.
because you have baby 3 months. I'm like, no, I'm go. It was like, okay, remind us when you go to university. Then I went to university while the baby is 3 months old.
Yeah.
And I still in the social network. I go out. They start to tell me, you will not have your life, which is I travel every time, vacations. I go out with friends. So one of the challenge I did. So somehow I'm scared from the business. In a way, I need to prove also myself there
To who?
to people who's always challenging me in a
Stop
way.
proving yourself to anyone. They don't care.
But somehow like
Prove it to you.
it's myself. I'm fine with it. That's what I'm going to
Go
do.
ahead. The more we care for proving things for people, we forgot our lines, our tracks, and we deviate left, right, and center, and it takes longer to reach. Don't listen to anyone. Focus on your journey. You are the only one in this universe that is knowing you. No one in the entire universe knows you better than you know yourself. Stop importing people's limitations. We tend to have a tendency to simply import other people's limitations. Each and every one that's telling you it will not work because they believe they are not capable of doing. That's their limitation. Or are you opening up for importing their limitation? ahead, check with yourself, be authentic, be truthful to yourself, fully truthful. Don't play games with you, and go ahead. Don't care about anyone. But again, don't play game with you. If you're capable, you're capable. If you're not, admit it. There's nothing wrong with admitting that I'm not capable.